Port Charles is no stranger to chaos, but what's about to unfold will shake the very core of the town. In a twisted, unrelenting turn of events, Isaiah makes his most dangerous move yet, unleashing a trail of revelations and violence that no one saw coming. Nina and Drew's secret affair? Exposed. Willow? Kidnapped. And Monica killed in cold blood. What happens when secrets, revenge, and betrayal collide? Strap in, GH fans, because the stakes have never been higher. Whispers had long danced through the corridors of General Hospital. Nina Reeves and Drew Kane were far too comfortable around each other. Yet, nobody dared confront the elephant in the room. That is, until Isaiah, long dismissed as a rogue element in Sonny's ongoing war, cracked the code. Isaiah had been watching. And not just Drew. He had bugged Nina's office at Crimson and even slipped a listening device into her penthouse. What he heard shocked even him. "You mean more to me than Sonny ever did," Nina confessed breathlessly to Drew during one of their clandestine encounters. Those words sealed their fate. Isaiah didn't waste time. He gathered the evidence, photos, voice recordings, timestamp texts, and orchestrated a public reveal that Port Charles would never forget. It was at the Metro Court's quarterly investor gala that the hammer dropped. Carly, Sonny, Michael, and Willow were all in attendance. The lights dimmed for a video presentation showcasing the hospital's new pediatric wing. Instead, a shocking montage played, Drew and Nina in each other's arms, their private declarations echoing through the ballroom. Gasps. Screams. Champagne glasses shattered on the floor. Carly's expression was unreadable. Sonny clenched his fists, his face darkening into a quiet fury. Willow dropped her glass and stumbled backward, clutching Michael's arm. "Who the hell did this?" Drew demanded, trying to shut off the screen. "Don't worry," came a cold voice from the upper balcony. Isaiah stepped into the light, just giving everyone what they deserve. While the town scrambled in the aftermath of the affair's exposure, Isaiah moved on to his next target, Willow. Why her? It wasn't personal. Not entirely. But she was Drew's stepdaughter, Nina's biological daughter, and Michael's wife. To Isaiah, she was the emotional linchpin. His plan was meticulous. He intercepted Willow outside GH as she left her shift, still dazed from the scandal. Disguised as a hospital orderly and armed with a tranquilizer dart, Isaiah ambushed her in the parking garage. By the time Willow's disappearance was discovered, Isaiah had her secured in a makeshift cell beneath the abandoned Cassadine estate on Spoon Island. Cameras monitored her 24/7. He didn't torture her physically, not yet. Instead, he manipulated her psychologically. "You want the truth?" he taunted. "Ask yourself why Drew lied to you. Why Nina whispered, 'daughter,' in your sleep. Why Sonny never lifted a finger to protect you." Willow held firm at first, but the cracks began to show. Back in Port Charles, panic reigned. Michael threatened everyone. Nina begged Sonny for help. Drew offered himself in exchange, but it was too late. Isaiah wasn't negotiating. "You don't make demands," Isaiah sneered through a burner phone. "You pay the price." While everyone scrambled to track Willow, Isaiah struck again, this time with fatal consequences. He knew Monica was Drew's anchor. The matriarch of the Quartermain family, she had always been a guiding force for Drew and a protector of family legacy. But now, she was a loose end. Monica had begun suspecting something off about Isaiah weeks ago when she caught him snooping near the family mausoleum. She confronted him quietly, unaware she'd sealed her fate. Isaiah lured Monica into the Quartermain stables under the pretense that Willow had been spotted nearby. What awaited her was no rescue. As Monica entered, her flashlight flickered. "Willow, are you here?" Behind her, Isaiah emerged, a scalpel in hand. "You shouldn't have dug too deep, Monica." She barely had time to scream. Her body was discovered hours later by Brooke Lynn, who was returning from deception late that evening. The scream that erupted from the stables sent the entire estate into mourning. Port Charles mourned Monica with a candlelight vigil. But Drew? He broke. Monica's death shattered what was left of Drew's resolve. With Willow missing and the affair exposed, he spiraled. He confronted Nina first. "You cost me everything." I didn't tell anyone, Nina insisted. You think I wanted this to happen? But Drew wasn't listening. He punched a hole in her office wall and stormed out, setting his sights on Isaiah. Using old WSB contacts, Drew tracked Isaiah's former aliases and movements. He eventually narrowed it down to Spoon Island. But before he could act, Sunny cornered him. You're not going in there alone, Sunny growled. Willow's my daughter, too. It was the first time either man acknowledged their shared purpose. Reluctantly, they joined forces. Under cover of night, Drew and Sunny arrived at the abandoned Cassadine estate. They moved through shadows, past corridors filled with echoes of past horrors. Only now, Isaiah ruled these halls. They found Willow chained in a basement room. She was weakened but conscious. Michael, she whispered. Drew rushed to free her, but a gunshot rang out. Isaiah emerged from the shadows, gun pointed at Drew's head. Touch her again, he warned, and the next bullet doesn't miss. Sunny stepped forward. You've made your point. Let the girl go. Isaiah's face twitched. This isn't about her. It's about all of you. The hypocrisy. The lies. Drew plays hero. Nina plays mother. Monica thought she could fix everything with kindness. Drew lunged. The two men fought, rolling across the floor, gun flying. Sunny fired a warning shot, and in the chaos, Willow crawled to safety. Isaiah reached for the gun, but Willow, using the last of her strength, bashed his skull with a broken chair leg. He collapsed unconscious. They tied him up and called the authorities. Back in Port Charles, the news spread like wildfire. Isaiah was behind bars. Willow was rescued. But the cost? Monica was gone. The Quartermain mansion was wrapped in black. Brooklyn and Ned wept openly. Tracy, normally stoic, cracked. And Drew? He buried his head in Leo's shoulder and sobbed like a child. Willow took time to recover but ultimately chose to testify at Isaiah's arraignment. He killed my grandmother, she said, eyes blazing, and tried to destroy what family I had left. Nina tried to speak to her. Willow, I didn't mean for any of this. Willow turned away. Don't ever call me your daughter again. Michael was quiet, watching from afar, arms folded. Drew stepped away from Aurora, unable to face the company. Carly returned from a brief stay in Florida to support him, but even she couldn't reach him fully. You were supposed to protect Monica, he whispered to himself. The funeral was massive. Former GH doctors, WSB agents, and family from across the country attended. Emily's name was invoked, Alan's spirit remembered, and the Quartermain family, fractured as they were, stood together for Monica's final goodbye. Sunny made a quiet donation in Monica's name to GH's cardiac wing. He didn't speak during the ceremony, but stayed at the back, hand in Donna's. Nina was not invited. With Isaiah behind bars and awaiting trial, a new chapter looms. Whispers say he's bargaining for immunity, claiming he wasn't working alone. Could someone in Port Charles have helped him orchestrate this deadly plan? Carly begins to suspect someone inside GH tipped Isaiah off to Willow's schedule. Michael hires Spinelli to trace every step. And Anna? She starts connecting dots between Isaiah and someone even more dangerous, someone who may have been using him as a pawn. But one thing is certain, Port Charles is no longer the town it once was. With Monica gone, Willow scarred, and Drew consumed by guilt, the lines between villain and hero have never been blurrier. And Isaiah? In his jail cell, he smiles. You think it's over? He whispers to himself. This was only the beginning. Ava makes a shocking discovery in Monica's will. A new face appears at Isaiah's trial claiming to be his brother. Willow's lab results hint at a new pregnancy, but is it Michael's child? A cryptic message from Helena Cassadine surfaces, with Monica's name etched in the margins.